What's up, Dobsters? Dob Marleys. Darbies. Alright, so, challenge.
I don't think you
I
said dog on that one.
think it's Dobsters. Dobsters. Anyway, so, challenge, I'm 2-1, and I won this week. He ain't got nobody left. I scored 161 points in, and he scored 143.55. I still have 2 players left, which is cool. I had O'Marion Hampton, who had 25 points, Bijan Robinson, who had 26.10 points, Drake London, who had 21 points, and Dallas Goedert, who had 17.70 points. My defensive line and defensive back equaled 22 points, so that's pretty cool. And then the dude that I played only had Matt Stafford and DK Metcalf. Matt Stafford scored 31.15, and Metcalf scored 21.10.
All right, and the challenge as well. Well, both these leagues, I am 0-3, sadly. But there's some promise for all my leagues. I might get a 5-0 week. But I am currently losing 112 to 136. I have 3 players left. He has none. My 3 players are R.J. Harvey, the Denver Broncos running back, and I believe a kicker. Oh no, sorry, 2 defensive players, safety and a linebacker. So it is possible. I just need 8 points by each. That's all I need. Not asking for too much.
That's not
too much. I guess my only flop I did was probably quarterback. Jackson. Well, I guess I probably wouldn't have started Jackson Dart over Justin Herbert anyways. But that was my, only really fumble. Everybody else kind of scored well for me. The other guy would have been Keandre Miller, but I wouldn't have started him unless it was just full injuries. But everybody else was a pretty decent start. Actually, I had 2 kickers with 10 points exactly. But yeah, so I need a little over 20 points, 24 points to win this game, and I had 3 players left. So hoping for the best.
It's possible. I don't think I checked mine. I didn't want to complain and be greedy. I felt like Marion Hampton, Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and Dallas Goedert getting a lot of points, plus my defense line, defense back.
Yeah. Honestly, the 2 people that really saved me is Mbuka and Puka.
Yeah.
So, yeah. They got me a total of, what was that, 30 and 18? So, crazy.
And then now the Champions League, I'm 1-2. I already lost. The guy has 3 players left. I lost 155 to 147.15 thus far. Malik Neighbors out for a season. Torn ACL. Sucks. RIP. I just traded Quentin Johnson and got Josh Jacobs. Wasn't a bad. It wasn't straight up. It was. If you want to look up the trade, that'd be cool. But it was. I did give up a little bit more for Josh Jacobs. I think it was a second, a third, and Quentin Johnson. And Tyler Algier. So I wanted to upgrade my running back because that's where I was weakest at, and now I'm missing a receiver. So I had Baker Mayfield, who had 21.75 points, Josh Jacobs, who had 29.20 points, and Cairo Santos, who had 19 points. The dude still has 1 linebacker and 1 defensive back left. He had Ashton Ginty, who had 33.50 points, George Pickens, who had 29.40 points, and Drake London, who had 21 points. Unfortunately, I left Kenneth Gainwell on the bench, 28.40 points. The only thing I could have done was bench Cooper Kupp because I wasn't going to bench JSN, Malik Neighbors, or Josh Jacobs, or there's one more, Rome Odunze. Yeah. So I wasn't going to bench any of those for Kenneth Gainwell, but he went off this week, 19 for 99, 2 touchdowns, got 28.40 points.
But yeah, the trade was Tyler Algier, Quentin Johnston, 26 second, 26 third for Josh Jacobs.
Yeah. Which would have been fine if, I would have won and Malik Neighbors didn't get hurt.
Yeah. Well, we're just, all with Dobbin.
I do, yeah, doing our best. I do have a first and 3 seconds next year, and then I still have all my first. I'm pretty sure I have an extra first in 2027, so I'm looking good in that league, but I feel like this year I could actually challenge, but I think I'm going to lay back a little bit and maybe even trade somebody to get more picks just because Malik Neighbors is out. But I'm not trading Malik Neighbors.
All right, and this was what, Champions? All right, so yeah, Champions. So we've talked about this week after week. This is my pretty trash team. Don't expect to win too much. But I know. I am losing currently by 3 points, and I'm losing to a 3-0 team, which he was the runner-up in this league last year.
I'm pretty sure he won. I can't remember.
It's a pretty good team, but like I said, I'm losing by 3, and I believe I have. Who do I have? Oh, I just have the rookie linebacker from Cincinnati, Demetrius Knight. I just need 3+ tackles to win this game, so I'm kind of excited to get my first win in this one.
And over a 3-0 team.
Over a 3-0 team. And I started Bryce Young, he got me 12 points. Just rounding up, it was 11.80. I did start Marion Hampton, he had 25. And Marvin Harrison Jr. was my other highest score. Had a couple of defensive linemen that did pretty well. Linebackers were pretty average. I don't know if I could have really... Well, okay, Michael Penix Jr. would have been the better start, but I was kind of upset with him after
last week.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, that's about it. Nothing else I probably could have started to help. Oh, yeah.
And then finally, Evans League. I'm 1-2. I already lost this week. 132.45 to 106.80. League neighbors out for the year again. Torn ACL. Can't catch a break. I did mess up one time. I should have started Caleb Williams. Or, I'm sorry, I should have not started Caleb Williams, who got 16.15 points, and should have started either Patrick Mahomes, who had 33.25 points. And I should have known when he got one receiver back that he would have went off. Xavier Worthy had a pretty good game. Or I could have started Matt Stafford with 47.40 points. The dude that I played had Drake May with 28 points, Christian McCaffrey at 26.60 points, and Tyler Warren with 23.80 points. I did not have anybody go over 20, which is not good.
You said over 20?
No.
I had a couple of people over 35.
Wow.
I'm 1-2 in this league. I'm winning right now 159.20 to 107.75. Hopefully I win. This is a kind of a score very heavy league. I don't have anybody left. He has Devon Chain, so hopefully he just doesn't go off tonight. But anyways, I did
only 100.
Yeah, basically. 12 carries. You get 40 points. But anyways, I started Jordan Love. He got me 39.90 from last night's OT tie. Both of my running backs were pretty mid-tier. This week was Kyron Williams and Chuba Hubbard, which Kyron Williams had a pretty good day. He only had 13 carries, but he had 77 yards, so pretty decent day for what he had. I had 2 receivers which have been pretty disappointing. Well, Devontae Adams has been pretty fine this year, but Brian Thomas Jr. has been very disappointing this year.
At least he doesn't have Terry ACL.
That's true. But he was, I want to say, my first pick. But anyways, Travis Kelce got me 14. Omarion Hampton got me 41.5 in this league, and then my defense player got me 12.
Wow, you play people and you got 2 points for their defensive people. Oh. Every time I play one, I got 30 something.
Well, I don't know what's better. But the only person on my bench, there's 2 people I probably would was considering starting, but it just didn't, over Devontae and Brian Thomas Jr. But it was Stephon Diggs. He got 22 points in a pretty big game, and the other one was Jordan Addison, which I was going to start him. I was just a little nervous with the new quarterback and coming off suspension, so I didn't think he would have blown up like that.
To be fair, one play was 76 yards or something like that, so that was like, he had 114, so that was what, and he had 4 receptions, so that wasn't too bad. So some weird snap shares surprises, I guess. For Arizona, Amari DeMarcado got 26 snaps at 39% on the field. Buffalo, Curtis Samuel came out of nowhere and got 20 snaps for 34% share.
I don't think they know what they're doing with the receiver.
Nah. They had the Tyrell Shivers guy, who I thought they were going to play a lot because he's been on the practice squad for 2 years, but whatever. Carolina, some receiver I never even heard of, Bryson Tremaine. That's Tremaine.
Tremaine.
Yeah, Tremaine. 56 snaps at 81%. Crazy. Dallas, Javonte Williams got 55 snaps at 80%, and they're not using Miles Sanders at all. 7 snaps at 10%. Houston, especially in overtime game.
Is Jaden Blue healthy yet?
No, but I figured they signed Miles Sanders. That wasn't a huge contract. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Javonte Williams isn't that good.
He's playing. Well, he's getting touchdowns.
Yeah, he's touchdowns. Houston, Woody Marks. He went 30 snaps last week and 40 snaps this week, 48%, 56%. Nick Chubb is going down. He went from 52% to 42%. Indianapolis, DJ Giddens continues to not get the ball. He had that first week where he had 18 snaps, and he went down to 5, to 5, to 4. So I don't think they're going to use DJ Giddens this year. Jonathan Taylor obviously is killing it, but
looking like RB1 right now.
Oh, definitely. But I feel like they would, give him a rest, and they haven't since week 1. The Chargers, the tight end, the rookie tight end, Oronde Godson, 30 snaps for 48%. Minnesota, the Xavier Scott, the running back. Aaron Jones is hurt, but I didn't expect Xavier Scott to get 29 snaps for 38%. New England, Demario Douglas just doesn't get any snaps. 8 snaps for 16%, and then Mac Hollins is continuing to outsnap him at 24, 49%. Like I said, I think it's his run blocking or blocking in general, but Demario Douglas had a pretty good year, fairly, last year for New England. So I'm surprised they're not playing him. And Giants, I know Malik Neighbors got hurt, but Jalen Hyatt, 29 snaps for 38%. Didn't do jack shit, but he was in there.
Someone's got to play receiver.
Someone's got to play receiver. I figured they played B.U. Collins. They have him as like a rookie. I think he was undrafted. So I figured they would play him, but now they put in Jalen Hyatt.
Wasn't Mac Collins on Buffalo last year, though?
He was on Buffalo last year, and then this year he's on New England. Pittsburgh, Jonnu Smith went from 45 snaps to 13 snaps so an 83% snap share to 25% snap share. And then Darnell Washington skyrocketed from 20 snaps to 48 snaps, 37% snap share to 91% snap share. So not sure what's going on there. Maybe they're playing the tight end lottery. Freiermuth continues to get like 20 snaps. Yeah, 20 snaps. And they
he's on the field.
They just forget about him. So I don't know. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's in his contract year. This is his 4th year, so I think they're going to, get rid of him and stick with Jonnu and Darnell Washington. And then finally, Tennessee. I know they're losing, got blown out, but Calvin Ridley only played 27 snaps for 54%. Top 5 quarterbacks this year was Dak Prescott at 34.15 points, Matt Stafford at 31.15 points, Patrick Mahomes at 30 points, Jordan Love at 29.65 points, and Josh Allen at 26.95 points. And then at running back, Ashton Jeanty was 32.50 points. Josh Jacobs was 29.70 points. Kenneth Gainwell was 28.40 points. Justice Hill was 26.20 points. Bijan Robinson was 26.10 points. And then top 5 receivers this week was Puka Nacua with 29.50 points, George Pickens with 29.40 points, Romeo Doubs with 26.80 points, Amon-Ra with 22.50 points, DK Metcalf with 21.10 points. And then finally the tight ends, basic as usual. Dallas Goedert was leader this week, 17.70 points. Tyler Warren with 15.80 points, Kyle Pitts with 15.50 points, Jake Ferguson with 13.50 points, and Jake Tongues with 13.30 points.
Tyler Warren out of all those people is the only consistent tight end.
Yeah. Goddard's maybe 3 out of 4 games.
I was going to say, he got the touchdowns, but he's not getting, targets and yards.
Yeah, I think he got, 4 receptions, but I don't know. I think he's been pretty consistent this year. I play him every week, and he's got at least 8 points, so that's good. Go ahead with your killed it.
All right. Well, I'll sum up my first one because it's kind of just what he just explained about the running backs. But for my first impressed of week 4, week 4, was just big running back day. So I won't go over too much of it. But there was a really big day. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 with 20 plus points and 20 running backs with 12 or more points. Which I feel like weeks 1 to 3 there was 4 running backs that were worth a damn, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with 6 running backs with 25 plus points. Woody Marks had a big day. He had 25.90. We talked about Omarion Hampton. Christian McCaffrey's always staying up there with points. I know his rushing yards and stuff like that aren't that, braggable right now, but he gets about 10 catches a game, about almost 100 reception yards. So he still is the engine of the offense, which I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do right now with all their injuries, plus him being very injury prone. But give it up for him right now. James Cook had 21, Justice Hill, he had 26.20. And we had 4 running backs this week with over 100 rushing yards. The only one I didn't mention that was very good was Travis Etienne. He had a lot of rushing yards too. It was 124. My other impress, which this is maybe not as it's still impressive, but these are more known people. I'll go with the more lower known person, Emeka Ibuka. He's just dominated really in his first 4 games. In our league, he is ranked wide receiver 6 in points. He averages 15.25 points per game. His lowest score so far was 10.90, and his high was 21.60. He's coming off a 10-target game with Mike Evans out, so he's looking like the wide receiver 1 easily right now until Mike Evans comes back, which he's only out for a couple weeks, right?
Should only be like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
That's usually how long game streams take.
Yeah, but unless Jackson Dart really catches on, I'm pretty sure Emeka Ibuka will win Rookie of the Year. Yeah. Yes. The only thing that's minor concerning is...
Hampton. Or Hampton.
Yeah.
He put up 2 great weeks now in a row.
Very true.
Yeah.
The only minor concern is just the reception to target ratio. He has 18 catches on 31 targets, 282 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And I think 2 of those touchdowns were just really big plays. No knock on him, but I'm just saying like maybe him and Baker don't have that full connection as the other receivers do yet.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I know I kind of bumped him up to wide receiver 3 last week, but I might even just go a little bit higher now. Maybe wide receiver 1. He's wide receiver 1 in our league. He's first in points. He's first in the NFL with targets with 49. He has 42 catches out of those 49 targets, so he's getting open. He has 503 yards, which is first in the NFL. He only has 2 touchdowns. One is a 45-yard rush, so he only has 1 receiving touchdown. But the way
500 receiving yards in 4 games is crazy.
Yeah, but the way he's going, he could be an MVP candidate. I don't.
Your second Triple Crown in like last 5 years.
Yeah, could be. But we'll see. Hopefully he just stays healthy. And if he stays healthy, I'd assume him to stay on a pretty consistent routine. And my last one, I wouldn't say his fantasy points wasn't like, I wouldn't say like noticeable, but it wasn't like that great. It wasn't the top, probably even like a top 5 quarterback of the week. But I'm going to give it up to Jackson Dart for the week. He had his first career start, and they beat a really good, I almost said San Diego, but a really good Chargers defense and team. Let's see.
And without Malik Neighbors for...
Yeah, and without Malik Neighbors for most of the game. They won 21-18. Dart was 13 out of 20 for 111 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 picks. And he also had 10 rushes for 54 yards and a touchdown. He was also sacked 5 times, so it showed that he had like a good amount of poise and, I guess, trust in his own offense. So I guess if you're a Giants fan, you have something to look forward to right now. Jackson Dart looked pretty good in his first start. I wasn't too high on him before the draft. But, yeah, we'll see what he can do for the rest of the year.
I'll finish up the Killets. Let's see. I'll give it up to Michael Penix Jr. with a comeback. 20-26, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 4 rush, 2 yards. C.J. Stroud as well. 22 of 28, 233, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 4 rush, and 11 yards. And then Matt Stafford, 378 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Looks like 29 to 41. Besides all those running backs he mentioned, Keandre Miller was the only one that I was going to mention. 11 for 65, 1 touchdown. Pretty good for a backup running back. And then, let's see. We mentioned all those receivers. I'd say Drake London gets one. He finally went over the 100-yard mark. 8 receptions, 110 yards, and a touchdown. Some receivers actually went off. Some tight ends actually went off. Britton Strange, 6 receptions for 45 yards. And then Tyler Warren for 5 receptions, 70 yards, and then 2 rush for 3 yards, and he got a rushing touchdown. It's awesome. Let's go with people who did not do well, unless you have more people that killed it.
I didn't write much down for it, but I was just also going to do a shout out to Sam Darnold because he had a really rough start at the beginning of the year, and the last 2 weeks he's been playing very well. So, unfortunately, I thought I wrote it down, but I cannot find my disappointment, so I'm just going to wing it. So my first disappointment would be DJ Moore, just because he came off a game where he had a lot of targets and he got a touchdown, and he only had 4 catches for 38 yards. So pretty disappointing for him. I'm probably going to trade him in one league. I'm just waiting for him to have one good game.
I think he needs to go to another team.
Yeah. My other disappointment was Devontae Smith. I don't think the Bucs corners are that great. A.J. Brown's obviously the lead guy. He did not have that many targets. He had 4 targets with only 2 catches for 29 yards. And I have one more. Oh, the other one was kind of, it's hard to say because he did, quote-unquote, get hurt. A lot of people are saying he's faking it because he was playing bad. But that was a big game for Lamar Jackson, and they did not show up. Derrick Henry has fumbled 3 straight games in a row, unlike him. And the Ravens, they are lucky their division is pretty trash this year because they are 1-3. And they'll probably still make the playoffs, but as of right now, they do not deserve to be a playoff team, and they need to step up because it is not looking good right now in Baltimore.
Is Pittsburgh at the top 2-2?
Yeah. I think Cincinnati is 2-2 as well. Oh, if they win today, yeah. So,
some bad ones for me. Geno Smith, 14 for 21, 117 yards. Did throw 2 touchdowns, but also threw 3 picks. And those picks were awful. Don't know who he was looking at. Awesome for us. Go Bears, bear down. But he did terrible. Cam Ward, 10 for 26, 108 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. Actually, 1 pick. 2 rush for 22 yards. Joe Flacco, 16 for 34, 184, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks, 3 rush, 1 yards. And then Daniel Jones finally had a bad game. Can't blame him. The Rams' defense is superior.
I honestly, I watched the game. I honestly don't think his game was that bad. It was
just bad sets.
Yeah, he was throwing pretty good passes. One of his big passes to Addison Mitchell, if anybody hasn't seen the replay, should have been like a 82-yard touchdown, and he fumbled right before he crossed the line.
He still got the yards.
Yeah. No, yeah. I just thought Daniel Jones did a decent game. It wasn't like, oh, man, that guy sucks.
Gotcha. David Montgomery, 9 rush, 12 yards. Terrible. DeAndre Swift, 14 rush, 38 yards. Terrible. He did get a touchdown, but it was that big old one. Derrick Henry, 8 rush, 42 yards. 2 receptions, 16 yards. I'm pretty sure that's 2 games straight now that Derrick Henry hasn't gotten over 40 yards.
Yeah, 42 yards. I don't know if it's just something mental right now, maybe just because of the fumbles.
Yeah.
But because it doesn't seem like his speed or his power has decreased at all.
I know, when you're trying to kill him, you want to box up the middle so that he doesn't get started or whatever. Yeah. So I guess teams have caught on to that and found out a way to get past that offense line and stop him right at the line. But that's 2 weeks. This one, Laddrick McConkey. What the hell, McConkey? I bet on him on everything. I put him in DraftKings. I put him in Hard Rock. I put him in everything. And 1 reception, 11 yards. Terrible. Yeah. What do you do?
And we'll give some equal blame to Justin Herbert for the game, too.
That's true.
Because he was probably one of the leading MVP candidates, and they did not show up against the Giants. Mm-hmm. With no Malik Neighbors, and like we said, with the rookie quarterback in Jackson Dart.
To be fair, I guess Justin Herbert didn't have to play as hard because Mary Hampton was going off.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vlad McConkey, I don't like that, man.
Very down year for him.
Yeah, come on, Vlad. Calvin Ridley, 2 receptions, 30 yards. Before I said he didn't play that much, but still, come on, you're receiver 1. You can do something. AJ Brown, 2 receptions, 7 yards, just like Devontae Smith. At least Devontae Smith had 4 receptions.
Yeah, he had 4 targets. He had 2 receptions, 26 yards.
Jawan Jennings, 2 receptions, 24 yards.
He did get injured though.
Oh, he got injured during that game. I was gonna say because he's been playing 4 people who've been injured, and he hasn't done anything. Pittsburgh tight ends as a collective, 5 receptions, 26 yards. Pretty terrible. Zach Ertz finally had a bad game, 2 receptions, 21 yards. I feel like before this he's been pretty consistent. Chig Akanaku from Tennessee hasn't done well at all this year. If anything, I think his best game was like a 4 reception, 32-yard game. Maybe that's the best. But this game, 1 reception, 4 yards.
Yeah.
Terrible.
He got me like 1.98 points.
And then finally our boy, Guseg Otten. 3 receptions, 9 yards. How do you even get 9
probably
yards?
Season high.
It is, but how do you get 9 yards off of 3 receptions?
I don't know.
How does that happen?
And that's why I think like week 2 I brought up that Demario Douglas stat. It was like 2 catches, -2 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, but the touchdown. Kate Otten scored.
Don't put any eggs in Kate Otten's basket.
Goose egg, man. Shout out to my nephew. If you haven't yet listened to the 40-Yard Dash podcast, he's doing good things over there. He's going to talk more about the games in depth. I think he does it tomorrow with his friend. I think his friend's name is Austin. But check them out, 40-Yard Dash podcast. I'll link them in the description so that y'all can just click in it. And then on Thursday, I'll talk about my Bears. Bear down. Knew we were going to win at the end of the game. I was like, Caleb's going to lead us down the field, and that's exactly what he did. Didn't know we were going to block the field goal, though, which was a great surprise. And then on Saturday, normal parlays and DK. Haven't gotten going yet. I won 1 parlay 2 weeks ago, but it was like it was a flex, so that wasn't good. Like I said, Lav McConkey was the one that screwed everything up this week.
Cody won his $1,200.
Oh, snap. Maybe I should give the phone to Cody.
Okay. Well, it's because he picked the Packers guy.
Yeah. Well, I only do like 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. games. So, but anyway, yeah. Thanks for listening. DOB Dynasty doing our best. And then also watch the 40-Yard Dash podcast. Peace out, y'all.